businessmen. If you look at the world cinema, after the Second World War, during the Second World War, people who were selling steel and food grains became very rich. After the war, they wanted something else to invest their money, and they found cinema as the ideal tool because they started pumping their money in this trade. That has happened in India too. In the post-60s onwards, the studio system evaporated, and the individual producers came out. And the individual producers started looking at cinema as a business proposal. At least during studio era, each studio has its own, ideals. Like Prabhat always thought, and it's their that they should make films only about some ideals, but no such thing during the independent producers. This led to a new breed of cinema, which has become where the only aim is to make more and more money. So they started bringing in more and more elements and vulgarizing film media as much as possible. That's when the progressive ideals that were propagated till then started disappearing, and then it became pure commercial proportion. Then started a new movement wherein they started questioning all these things, and that was cinema of resistance. So in cinema of resistance, the filmmaker directly attacked the system, the state, and the kind of structure that we have developed over this period. This is different from the progressive cinema. And this is very meaningful to me, very important to me, because it becomes, now this has become a weapon to attack, to criticize the system. So, since this is the intention of these films, neither the state, nor the system, nor the industry want these films to be seen by the people. So they have developed over a year a system wherein these kind of films are never released. Can you show me one place in India where documentary films are regularly screened? No. You have any number of theatres where feature films are screened. But there is no regular venue where you can regularly see documentary films. Because the Indian documentary is far ahead of Indian feature filmmaking. And they are the films, these filmmakers are the ones who directly make us think, provoke, and the state and the film industry do not want these kind of films because they don't want audience to be provoked. They have to provoked in the right sense. They want audience to be provoked in the wrong sense. That's a different issue. Since this is the case, we need a different kind of platform to exhibit these kind of films. And in the future, it is becoming even more difficult because Indian film industry is being slowly taken over by the corporate house. I don't know how many of you have noticed this change. And if it is taken over by the corporate industry, then, that's a real end of meaningful cinema. Because when the independent filmmaker is making a film, if the independent producer, at least there will be a few of them who want something meaningful cinema to be made. Like in South, we had Ravi, who produced quite a few films of Aravindan and Adur Gopalakrishnan. I have my own producer, Mr. Vasant Kumar Patil, who doesn't mind losing on 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs, but he wants serious films to be made. In Bengal, we had, I forgot his name, the man who produced Sachitra's films. So, but with the corporate culture creeping in, that kind of initiative will totally disappear. And they want films which fetch more and more money. Today you already know that Reliance has come in. There are other, in UTV is coming. There are a lot of, such corporate houses are getting into filmmaking. And even in the exhibition thing, exhibition sector, our exhibition of exhibiting films has been, changing. Earlier, a man would buy the film and screen it in Allahabad, screen it in Lucknow. Today, that is also on the wane. Today, the film producer or the corporate house sells the film to another corporate house. He beams it like the television images. So you don't have to buy film or you don't have to take. So what will he do? He will take some 1,000 theatres in India, or 2,000 theatres, or some 200 theatres from UP and shows it. So the individual filmmaker or a filmmaker who makes some kind of a meaningful cinema will have no place to screen his film. And we have not realized the problem with that kind of system. Today it may be some corporate houses from Bombay. Tomorrow it will be corporate big studios from Hollywood or from New York. There are moves in that direction. So we need to be very, very worried about these kind of changes. The only answer, only way how we can see meaningful cinema is to organize our own film festival. And this festival of cinema of resistance is an answer to it. Here we make the choice. You want to see Bela Nagi's film, Daye Baye, you have selected it, and tomorrow you are seeing it. Afsa, I am quite sure no government agency would ever screen that film. But Sanjay has seen it, he liked it, he says this film should be seen by everyone, he has arranged it here. So that's why I say, the healthier filmmaking will survive if we have more and more such festivals. And cinema of resistance that way is a real major step in the right direction. And Sanjay and others are doing it for more than 6 years. 6 years. And I really admire them because I have organized some festivals, and after 2 festivals you find it so tiring that you want to just stop it. But yes, they have been carrying on this for more than 6 years. I really admire them, I appreciate them, I congratulate them. And I hope this kind of cinema of resistance would spread all over India, and it becomes an alternate venue to the existing method of film viewing and film screening habits. Thank you very much. I congratulate you.